It's Tiger Talk Tuesday, coming live from Migs. Call in or comment your questions, 864-980-7768. On today's show, an interview with Brenda Fitzpatrick, author of the book, They Called Me Joe. We'll preview the Abbeville Panther Marion Swamp Fox game for the Class 2A state championship with an interview with Marion Swamp Fox's head coach, Randall State. Also, we'll talk to Hike Christmas Light Show in nearby Lexington. That and much more is coming up on your Tiger Talk Tuesday, live from Migs. It's time for Tiger Talk Tuesday, coming live from Migs. Tiger Talk Tuesday is sponsored by All Out Stump Grinding, Allen Harmon Trucking, Berry Insurance Agency, CM Tree Service, Cricket Wireless, Crouch Hardware and Farm Supply, Economy Furniture, Edwards Heating and Cooling, Floyd Nicholson for Senate District 10, H&R Block, J&R Exterminating, Josh Price for Sheriff, Migs of Saluda, Motor Coach Paint and Body Sales, Newberry Hospital, Northland Cable, Persimmon Hill Country Club, Punks PB and Jam, Price's Garage and Heavy Duty Towing, Ramey Funeral Home, Saluda Nursing and Rehab Center, the Law Office of Nancy T. Jordan, the Ridge Baptist Association of Churches, the Town of Saluda, the Wills Agency Nationwide Insurance, Timeless Roofing, and Whizzes of Batesburg, Leesville. We're so glad you're tuned in to Tiger Talk Tuesday. We encourage to send your comments and calls today throughout the program. Today we'll have special guests, and we will talk about the latest going on around the Saluda area, as well as all the happenings in sports. You're watching Tiger Talk Tuesday, live from Migs, on your Saluda Now. So glad that you're joining us here live on Tiger Talk Tuesday, coming live from Migs. And let me tell you about their special tonight. Their special is buy one pizza, get the second half off. Just mention the Tiger Talk Tuesday special when you come in tonight at Migs. We're so glad at this time to have with us a very special lady in my life, and you're going to find out why in just a minute. Brenda Fitzpatrick, author of the book, They Called Me Joe. We're so thankful that you joined us on Saluda Now, Brenda.
Thank you for having me today, Burton.
And let me call her Aunt Brenda. She is my father's sister, Reverend Dennis Campbell. Many of you know him here in the Saluda area. And you have been blessed with a wonderful life. And tell us a little bit about first, who is Brenda Fitzpatrick?
Well, I am a retired teacher. I'm a wife, a mother, a gardener, and a musician. And I've been privileged to travel in the world. And I guess the biggest thing is that I'm broken. I'm a grieving mother And the best thing about me is I'm a child of God.
That's wonderful to know. And you have just completed writing the book, They Call Me Job. And tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I wrote the book in response to my oldest sister passed away in 2013. And she told me, she said, Brenda, you should write your story. And so I used the diary that I began when my last child passed in 2016, and I added to it, and I wrote a story about my grief. I found that a lot of people today need to know the real and raw parts of life, as well as we see so much on social media about lives that seem to be perfect, but people want to know the truth. So I began writing, and I shared my story about how, especially when my last child passed in 2016, I felt like God didn't love me anymore. I felt alienated from everything I'd ever believed. But the story is a story of a revival of faith and how God brings us back to faith when we're so broken.
And so you were able to write this book and tell us a little bit about how we could get the book.
Well, the book is They Call Me Job, and it's available at Amazon, Rakuten, eBay, and Indigo, and also Barnes and Noble and all major booksellers, and it's internationally. So if you have people who live in other countries, they can get the book as well.
And I just Googled the book and it came up. They Call Me Job. It's the first thing that comes up when you put that title in, and that's just amazing. And many people are watching today, and many people in the Saluda area. We have some people, Judy Campbell James, that's your sister from Colbert, Georgia. Also, Greg Campbell, a cousin of ours, which I claim him as cousin because I claim all the Campbells over here as cousins, is watching from out on McCormick Highway. And Dennis Rabin Campbell says, hello, Brenda, this is your old brother. I love you.
Well, I love him, too. I love them all.
Yes, and so we're grateful we could get this book. And so go online, and we have a link on Saluda now, and I will repost it. You'll have to scroll down in the post, but after the program today, we'll probably go back and do a clip of the interview and put it back on there. You can go back and watch the interview at any time after the live programming today, and also we'll put a link up so people can go and purchase the book. And if you know someone that is going through this, maybe they have lost a child, it is a good gift, isn't it?
Yes, it will be.
It will be. And it will help them. And especially at the holidays, that's usually when we miss our loved ones the most, is around Christmas, isn't it?
Yes, and people so often lose hope when this happens. And I think that what the enemy, the devil, wants us to do is to lose hope. But we know that we have this hope as an anchor of our soul. And even though I felt like I didn't have hope anymore, it was there all the time. And it will be there. And he will bring that hope back to light in your life if you've lost a child.
Well, thank you so much, Aunt Brenda, for the time. We got some more folks watching. Ryan Merchant, Miss Geraldine Sheely. Good to see y'all. Kelsey Elizabeth Marsh, your niece, watching from Carter Line. And Betty Jo Pinson is watching along with Ms. Several others are watching. And so we appreciate them watching and appreciate you sharing the webcast today so others can find support through ordering this book on Amazon. All right, and listen, I hope you and Uncle Barry have a wonderful rest of the day, and we'll talk to you later. How about that?
Okay, thank you for having me, Burton.
Love you.
Love you too. God bless you.
And we'll be back after this commercial break. Talk Tuesday live from Migs. Call in and comment your questions. 864-980-7768. When we come back, we're going to have a interview with the head coach of Marion Swamp Foxes. Stunt Finder. Call Zach Hendricks for a free quote. No job too big, no stunt too small. Give us a call, 803-580-1332. Before and after, you'll see the difference. All out stunt grinding. At Allen Harmon Trucking, we treat your load and our truckers like family. Wake up to a beautiful sunrise in your big rig office, then be at home in time to kiss your wife and kids goodnight. Call us today for more information, 864-445-7249. Allen Harmon Trucking is a proud supporter of Saluda Tiger football.
Are you ready to consider a job that provides consistent pay, great benefits, and paid time off? Then join the AMIC team. We'll teach you everything you need to know. Apply today for positions at our Batesburg facility at www.amicfarms.com. Phone interviews are available for quick consideration. That's amicfarms.com. Berry Insurance Group, located in Batesburg, Leesville, offering auto, home, farm, and commercial insurance. Owned and operated by Will Berry. Choose local, choose independent, choose Berry Insurance Group. 803-307-0030 or online at berryingroup.com.
CM Tree Service. Cody Berry and Martin Berry are ready to give you a free estimate. We're insured for tree removal and pruning. Call us today. 864-377-7898 or 864-980-0153. And like us on Facebook. CM Tree Service.
With Cricket Wireless Savings, the whole family can watch Saluda now. The difference is clear as Cricket's signal when you see the money you can save by switching. And with nationwide 5G coverage, your wireless connectivity is wherever life takes you. So come by Cricket Wireless today at 300 South Jefferson and let us show you the Cricket difference.
Crumley Ford, 102 Greenwood Highway, Saluda, invites you to come in today to save. The 2020 Ford Edge Escape Explorer and Expedition has 0% financing for 60 months. Call today, 864-445-2107, and talk to Mike, Will, or Lauren at Crumley Ford. Save money, save time. Shop Crouch's First. Whether it's lumber, paint, hardware, electrical, plumbing, we supply you from feed to field. Yeti, Traeger, Blackstone, Costa, Salty Britches, Milwaukee, Makita, and much more. Come by and visit us today. 508 North Main Salute or call 864-445-0063. And we're glad to be back with you here on Saluda Now with Tiger Talk Tuesday. Call in 864-980-7768. I see Darren Fry watching, Gene Warren, Melissa Burnett, and Brianna Patterson Adams, a big Clemson fan, and also Sharon Odell Bays, listening from Davis, Oklahoma. Thank you for watching Tiger Talk Tuesday, coming live from Migs. Listen, call in to win. Today we're going to give you, let me show you what we're going to give away. We're going to give away a Saluda Now hat. You see it on your screen? I'm going to give it away to the next caller, 864-980-7768. I also have a visor that I'll be giving away later in the program. So call to win, 864-980-7768. Maybe you would like to talk about They Called Me Joe. We just had an interview with Brenda Fitzpatrick, the author of They Called Me Joe, and we appreciate her coming on. You can go back and watch this interview after the show today, or maybe you're interested in the Class 2A state championship. And we're about to have an interview with Marion Swamp Fox's head coach in just a moment, Randall State. Or maybe you want to see the Hike Christmas lights. We're going to have an interview with them coming up, but right now we have a caller. Caller, thank you for calling in.
Hey,
Who is this calling?
it's Kelsey.
Kelsey James, my cousin from over in Colbert, Georgia. Thank you for calling Saluda Now.
You are welcome.
How did you like our aunt's interview today?
I liked it. I tried to get in time for the boys, but they missed it.
Well, you can go back and watch it anytime on the replay coming up.
Okie dokie.
And we love you and hope to see you New Year's.
All right. Love
Masked
you too.
up this time.
Okay. All right. Love you too.
And I'm not going to send, I will bring y'all a Saluda Now hat, but I'm not going to give you this today, but I'm going to mail you something special in the mail. How about that, especially for the boys?
You're fine. Thank you.
Kelsey James on the phone there. And anybody else want to call in? Call in, 864-980-7768. We want to give away this hat today, and it can be yours just for calling in. I wasn't going to send it to her because she is in South Carolina. Judy James, we need to meet someday, South Carolina cousins. Yeah, we can arrange that because we got a lot of Campbells over here. Also, Gina Jared Rogers is watching. Joseph Wilson is listening from Augusta. Good, great. We got people all over the map today. Let's see who else. Nick Long, Coach Long from 96. Thank you for watching. Leroy New, Darren Fry, Preacher Darren, right up the road at Saluda First Pentecostal. Thank you for watching. Also, Cynthia Warren, W.R. Ronnie Gamble, and Mark Berry. Martin, we just played y'all's commercial on Saluda Now. Thank all of y'all for watching today. Now it's time for an interview with the head coach from Marion High School, Mr. Randall State. I know you're going to enjoy this interview. I enjoyed doing it. And he's going to be taking on the Abbeville Panthers this coming Friday night. We're going to repost the link where you can watch it and hear it. But right now, we want to see that interview. How about that? So you can enjoy it for yourself just like we enjoyed it. Let's get it up and going here. And Carson, my sidekick's here. We'll get to him in just a moment, too. And we're glad to be back with you here on Saluda Now. And we have a very special guest with us today. We have Coach Randall State of the Marion Swamp Foxes. Coach State, thank you for joining us on Saluda Now.
Thank you, and I'm glad to be here.
Tell us a little bit about who Randall State is, because we don't know you in these parts, but you are well known in many circles.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, sir. Just born and raised in Lake City, South Carolina, probably 40 miles west of Myrtle Beach. In the Lake City High School, where I was coached by legendary Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, who coached Saluda. Yes,
sir.
And he gave me my driver's ed certificate. He might need to take it back. Bulldog Bert, tell him Bulldog Bert said he needed to take my driver's certificate back.
Hey, I'm going to text him as soon as we get off the phone.
He'll get a kick out of that. But no, tell us a little bit about your high school career, and then I'm sure you went on to college and all that.
Yeah, high school, played all 4 years under Coach Moss. We won a bunch of games during that time. Graduated, went to Liberty University. I played safety and cornerback for 4 years. 2003 graduate. Played in some leagues, semi-pros, and in some breeder leagues throughout. 2007, came back to Lake City, South Carolina, and started coaching at Lake City in the Lake City district. From there, I coached a few years, then moved on to Missouri State, which was a small college that one of my college coaches was the head coach there, so he gave me an opportunity to coach for a couple of years, from 2011 2013. And I came back to South Carolina, and that's where I'm eventually here now at Marion High School.
And I understand you've done a great job. In fact, I was watching y'all against Andrews the other night, and I was actually pulling for you because we have a pre-pick on Fridays. We have another show called the Friday Morning Drive-In, and we make picks for the playoffs, and we were pulling for you there. Several of them picked Andrews. I picked Marion because I thought you were up-and-coming great coach, and I'm sure the Marion folks are just as stirred up as we was a year ago about getting to the state championship.
Oh man, I wish I could have some of them players y'all had last year, and I'll be all right.
Yeah, but you've had a good year at Marion, hadn't you, Coach?
Yes, sir. We started off like every other team with the COVID things. Got off to a slow start. Finally got to our first game, which we played Andrews our first game. We found a way to finish the game, but they played us strong, and it kind of set the tone for us throughout the season. But we did drop our second game at home against a team, King Street, which it kind of put us back in reality. After that second game, we kind of took control and kind of found out what we needed to do to win.
Well, how is the team doing? I know you had another COVID scare there just 2 weeks ago as you was preparing to play the Abbeville Panthers, and how are y'all doing now?
Great. We actually got 44 or 45 tests from our players back negative, so it was just only one player, and he kind of caught that at home from his family member, but all is clear right now for us to go out to practice today.
And I know you're getting ready to play the Abbeville Panthers, who are a very formidable opponent, aren't they, Coach?
Oh, yeah. I heard a lot about Abbeville. Just consistency and morale for the past few years. Just one of the teams we wanted to try to model ourselves after, including Saluda, which was the last two, I think, state champions in this on this level. So that's what we took. We kind of went to Twitter and kind of looked at Saluda and Abbeville. We kind of started to model our program after them and after you folks.
Well, that's a great compliment, and I'm sure your fellows and ladies are preparing for this big event Friday night.
Oh yes, yeah,
and
definitely. Marion is so excited and happy for this opportunity.
Yes, it's just, and I'm sure the small town atmosphere and the excitement is building for Friday as you come to Columbia to go to Benedict College Stadium there and take on the Panthers. Well, we wish you the best, Coach, and we will be watching and rooting for you on Saluda now.
Okay, well, I'll be calling back later and trying to get some idea on what's going on, but I appreciate the time.
That's Coach Randall State of the Marion Swamp Foxes. You're watching Tiger Talk Tuesday live from Migs on your Saluda Now. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Shop local at Economy Furniture. Huge savings on Benchcraft, Lazy Boy, Best Home Furnishings, and so many more. Visit our website now to see all our specials at economyfurniture.com. Right on the corner, right on the price.
Edwards Heating and Cooling, Saluda, South Carolina, provides you excellent service when it comes to your HVAC unit. Keith and Dawn Edwards have many years' experience in the heating and cooling business. They invite you to call them today, 864-445-0088, or visit their website, edwardsandheatingcoolingllc.com. Go, Saluda Tigers! When it comes tax time, look no further than H&R Block, 304th North Main, Saluda. They make sure you get all the deductions you need to save money. When it comes tax time, trust the professionals at H&R Block. Call them 864-445-2958 and like them on Facebook.
JRA Exterminating, the most trusted name in pest extermination. Remember, folks, whether it's cockroaches or piss ants, call Justin Anderson at JRA Exterminating today at 803-532-1122 or at www.jraexterminating.com.
Migs of Saluda, serving tasty dishes, appetizers, fresh salads, hot out of the oven fresh subs, chicken, steak, and seafood, and the best Italian dishes and pizza around. Visit them today, 216 Greenwood Highway. For a drive-through or pickup, call ahead, 864-445-9990. And we're glad to be back here with you live from Migs, where the special tonight, buy one pizza, get the second one half off. We'd encourage you to call in, 864-980-7768, and win one of these Saluda Now hats, and I'm going to present Carson one. I don't think I've given you one yet, have I?
I don't think so, but I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Those things are fancy.
You've earned that.
I know it.
Many hours you done logged. And listen, you can win one too. The next caller to win, I've already given away a prize already. The 864-980-7768. Let's see who's watching. Christy Corley Nichols is watching, along with Connie Kraft Samples and Harriet Matthews Ryan, and Scott Wilson is watching. Karen Hightower and Shannon Rivers, thank y'all for watching. We're coming to you live from Migs. Call in now to win this Saluda Now hat, 864-980-7768. We'd love to have you as our guest. We've already had a lot of guests on. We've had my aunt, Brenda Fitzpatrick, who gave a wonderful interview a while ago, and you can go back and watch that. Book she wrote, They Call Me Job, and it's dealing with grief from the loss of children. She lost all of her children, by the way, and you can experience this and her transformation, how the Lord was with her and she grew in her faith. Also, Marion Swamp Fox's head coach, Randall State. You can go back and watch that in just a few moments as we're coming to an end. And coming up just a little bit, we're going to have the Hike Christmas Light Show here on Saluda Now. They're going to tell you how you can go by the nearby neighboring town in Lexington and see their wonderful light show. We're going to show you a little bit about all that coming up. And before I forget it, tonight's the night for the Christmas concert at Bettis Herlong Stadium at Matthews Field. The Saluda Sound Wave starts at 7 o'clock tonight. Bundle up. It's going to be a great concert and put you in the Christmas spirit. That's at 7. Since we're not having the parade, we're not having anything else, you can be a part of this and get in the Christmas mood. But right now, we're glad to have Carson Burgess with us. Carson, thank you for joining us on Saluda Now.
Good to be here.
And, of course, there's a lot to talk about today, isn't it, in football?
I reckon.
Well, one of the things we want to talk about is this right here. Let me watch the screen.
approaching 2 minutes to go. In the flat. Nowhere near the line to make. Tried to go up and over and could not escape from Marco Wilson and Trevez Johnson. Is there a flag down? We have no chance of seeing that from our booth.
He had outs that would have been first down distance. He dumped it off, so it was an aggressive call.
I think what the penalty is going to be because one of the defensive players ripped off the cleat of 87 and threw it down the field.
Oh, wow. Mo. Oh, wow.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 11 of the defense, throwing the LSU player's shoe 20 yards down the field. That's his first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game. Automatic first down.
I don't think I've ever heard an official announce throwing a player's shoe.
Well,
and it wasn't 11. It was Marco Wilson.
Don't necessarily need to get another first down to get in range for York. Curry fighting for every critical yard, gets stacked up. This is for the lead in the final 30 seconds. Career long 53. Snap and hold are good. Did he get all of that? It's right down the middle, and it is good from 57 yards. LSU takes the lead with 23 seconds to go. Scramble mode from the LSU field goal team.
Yep, take all the anxiety out of it from that standpoint.
All right, folks, there you seen it on TV before your eyes. I had to go back and back the DVR to watch it several times. You said you wasn't watching it, but it notified you on your phone.
Yeah. And after I saw that, I had shared an article on Facebook.
Okay.
And I said, do y'all remember that song called Independent that they made for all the strong single women where they spell out the word independent?
Never heard of it. Well, we should have played it.
Women love that song.
Is it appropriate for family?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
But I know women love that song. So I said that they need to make one called Discipline where they spell out the word discipline for all the players across college sports.
And, you know, I've heard that about Florida's coach. How could you have a player that undisciplined?
Well, he's a player's coach.
They said that they've been having problems all day with that one young man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I thought that was I'm going to try to find that song, but yeah, it was interesting. Of course, the next big thing that we're not going to throw a shoe at him, but throw about $11 million this year, Auburn, and then $21 million, almost $22 million for a buyout. Can you believe that, Carson?
They should have just sucked it up and kept him until his contract was over, because I don't think they're going to find a better coach to replace what Gus Malzahn has actually done.
Yeah, he's beat Alabama 3 times out of the last 8 years. Who else has done that?
Nobody. Not even Clemson.
Yeah.
But he's also a national championship coach as a coordinator.
Okay.
When Auburn won the national championship when they had Cam Newton for that year. I mean, he gives them their best shot, I believe.
Enbrel helps relieve joint pain.
Yeah. And I just don't think it's a good move, because I don't think anyone you bring in there is going to be able to do against Alabama what he's done, as long as Nick Saban's at Alabama. And
yeah.
I just don't see anything.
Well, let's look at the odds here. The odds to replace Gus Malzahn are Hugh Freeze, 250. I guess that means 250 to 1.
That means all right, so as you go down this list and the numbers get bigger, it means Hugh Freeze is the favorite as of right now.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty obvious, ain't it?
Yeah.
And notice they're the same coaches that were favorites at South Carolina, starting with Hugh Freeze.
I don't know if Hugh Freeze is going to want to go to Auburn. I really don't. And if he doesn't, I don't blame him.
Billy Napier at Louisiana, he wouldn't have far to go. No, he's 300 to 1.
I think he'd be a better pick.
Yeah.
To be the one to actually take the job.
Okay. Let's see who else is on the list. Of course, Mario Cristobal, Oregon, he's out.
He ain't
Because
going
I
nowhere.
think he just got a brand new contract.
He ain't going nowhere.
Because didn't they give him more money?
Yeah, and they let them do crack up in Oregon now, so, I mean, he ain't going nowhere.
Are you serious?
It's legal.
What?
Yeah.
Crack cocaine?
Crack cocaine, methamphetamine, everything.
People going
decriminalized.
Crazy. We need to pray for them people. I ain't going to Oregon. Kevin Steele, who is already at Auburn as the coordinator.
They would be brave to make that hire.
Why is his name even out there?
Because he's the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And he has a somewhat okay record, but when he was at Clemson, no, sir.
But
no, sir.
He will be picked up by somebody.
So, of course.
Yeah.
Someone will pick him up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You notice how Chad Morris, who is the current offensive coordinator at Auburn, is not on that list. I think it's because he's tried his hand at head coaching, and he's like, yeah, this ain't for me. And I'm not so sure that he'll get another job as an offensive coordinator anywhere in the country.
Well, Bill Clark, UAB, he is a 1,000 to 1.
Yeah, apparently they've been doing something down there. I don't know much about him.
Along with another long shot, Brent Venables at Clemson.
Yeah, I think he come out and said earlier this week, it's like, look, if I'm going anywhere, they're going to have to be as good as Clemson.
Yeah.
And how they treat their people, their staff, and their employees and stuff like that. And I think he's pretty much came out and said that there's probably
and
nowhere
Auburn's
else.
got a pretty bad reputation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you see what they done to old Gus Malzahn, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
So I don't think Brent Venables is definitely not going to Auburn.
And then we see Jamie Chadwell at Coastal Carolina. He's 1,400 to 1.
It's possible.
Which is a good coach. And I really enjoyed watching that game.
You've seen what they've done and what? They've been a
Yeah.
Division I program for 5 years now, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pretty good turnaround.
Yeah. Also, we see Steve Sarkisian at Alabama, and I think that's a long shot, too.
Yeah, I think Steve Sarkisian pretty much has the reins to take over after Nick Saban leaves. So he ain't going nowhere.
Now, this one I've heard several times. Tony Elliott, 1,600 to 1 favorite.
You can have him. You can have him. Take him away.
Mark Stoops at Kentucky is also 1,600 to 1. And I just seen they hired another coach at Kentucky, a new offensive coordinator.
Well, they need a recruiter to go get a quarterback because they are a quarterback away.
Why they brought a new offensive coordinator in.
Maybe so.
Then we see Dave Duran at NC State, 2,200 to 1. I don't know a lot about him.
He's good at talking junk. That's about it.
James Franklin at Penn State, 2,200 to 1, which I've heard his name a lot lately, too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's out at Penn State after this season.
Yeah, and he'll be going somewhere. Also, we see Luke Fickell at Cincinnati, 2,200 to 1, who everybody is trying to go after.
I don't think he goes anywhere. I think he likes what he's got going on up in Cincinnati. It's kind of like a, what's his name, PJ Fleck situation up in Minnesota. Like, he's built this program. He's enjoying what's happening. He loves his players. He's not going anywhere.
And the next player we see is Neil Brown at West Virginia.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And I'm sure they'll talk to him. There'll be several interviews. They're probably going on right now. He's a good defensive-minded
coach.
They're probably interviewing right now. Well, when we come back, we're going to make the picks for the college and NFL. You're watching Tiger Talk Tuesday, live from Migs. Call in to win a Salute an Owl hat, 864-980-7768. At Motor Coach Paint and Body, we put quality first. Whether it's your vehicle, RV, boat, or aircraft, we can handle it all. Leave it to us to take care of your insurance claims, or you can pay us right out of your pocket. So call BR Britt Reams today, 864-445-7747, and like us on Facebook. Newberry County Memorial Hospital, your hospital. Our mission is to provide exceptional care with a personal touch. Newberry Hospital is engaged in the passionate pursuit of optimal care, treatment, and convenience. Our goal is to always be the first choice for your quality health care needs. No one handles care better. NewberryHospital.org. There's only one thing faster than a Stuart Young offense. YourNorthland.com. With internet, cable, TV, and phone beginning at $25 a month, you can get out of the slow lane and into the fast lane in no time. So speed it up with YourNorthland.com. Northland Cable, a proud supporter of Saluda Tiger Athletics. Come play the thrill of the hill at Persimmon Hill Golf Club. With the longest hole in South Carolina, you're sure to be challenged. Afterwards, unwind with your friends around the 19th hole in our restaurant. 126 Golf Club Avenue. We welcome to see you at Persimmon Hill Golf Club. Price's Garage and Heavy Duty Towing. For over 50 years, we've been serving our customers by providing reasonable services at prices you can afford. When it comes time to get your car or truck towed in, call us 864-543-2957. We serve 96 and Saluda 24/7. Price's Garage and Heavy Duty Towing. Punk's PB and Jam, 1150 Batesburg Highway, is open to serve you Wednesday through Saturday, 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. with breakfast, lunch, and catering. Call ahead for takeout, 864-445-3434. Punk's PB and Jam. When you have experienced the loss of a loved one, you can trust the Ramey Funeral Home staff to guide you through the process of honoring their life. At RameyFuneralHome.com, you can find pre-planning information, obituaries, as well as resources for grief and healing. Ramey Funeral Home, a proud supporter of Saluda Tiger Athletics. At Saluda Nursing and Rehab Center, caring is a way of life. Our 176-bed nursing facility serves Saluda County since 1968. We offer 24/7 skilled nursing care, and our staff is consistent, compassionate, caring, and knowledgeable. Outpatient rehab therapy services are provided through physician's order services. Call for a free tour, 864-445-2146 or saludanursing.org.
Independent, do you know what that mean, man? Independent, do you know what that mean? She got her own house, she got her own car. 2 jobs, work hard, you a bad broad. If you ain't on, sit down. 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 INDEPENDENT.
Alright, ladies, y'all asked for it, you got it. Call in 864-980-7768. You might win the Saluda Now hat. We had an interview earlier with our Brenda Fitzpatrick, my aunt, that come out with a book called They Call Me Job. And we'll have a link up for that as well. Also, you might want to go back and watch later on the interview with Randall State, the head coach of Marion Swamp Foxes. And also, in just a few moments, we're going to have the Hike Christmas Light Show. The Hike family is going to join us here on Saluda Now. We just talked about Gus Malzahn replacements, and now we're going to talk about what's coming up this weekend in college football. I'm Bulldog Burt, so glad to be joined you by Carson Burgess. And we want to give away the Saluda Now hat to the next caller, 864-980-7768. I'll take the next caller, and you will win the Saluda Now hat that is right here on this table. And I have it ready to give away to the next caller, 864-980-7768. If you'd like that hat, just give us a call right now. Now, let's look. I know you got a game of interest this weekend, Carson.
Yeah, finally. It feels like it's been 2 months since Clemson's played a decent game.
Yeah.
To worry about.
And somebody asked me, said, Preacher Burton, why have you got the parlay card on there? Well, that's the only place I can go to get all the games.
He's a gambling man now. Y'all didn't know that?
All right.
Money and run.
Coming up this weekend, a 4 o'clock start. They're in Charlotte, as is the ACC Championship, where the Clemson Tigers are favored over the Notre Dame Lucky Irish, 11 points.
Yeah, who do you think is going to win, Bert?
Clemson.
Who do you want to win?
Notre Dame.
All right, I got a gamble
tell you
for
why.
you.
You knew I was going to say that.
I did. If Notre Dame wins, you got to grow a full beard. No, if Clemson wins, you grow a full beard. Notre Dame wins, I'll just keep a mustache, shave everything else.
Well, you hadn't normally had a beard.
What?
Now, how long do I have to have a beard?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay.
Till the national championship.
I need to ask my wife that first, though.
I told mine this morning. That's how it was going to be.
You. But, yeah, the reason I would like to see Notre Dame win is not just to see Clemson lose. No, not that. That don't have nothing to do with it. I want to see Notre Dame win to be the first independent school to win an ACC title.
It won't count as independent this year, though.
Conference title. Any.
They joined the ACC, so they are the ACC.
Oh, they are a member.
Until the year is over. So they will technically not be an independent school winning our championship.
Oh, I did not realize that. You have enlightened me on something that I didn't know. But they picked who they was going to play.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because the audience for Clemson, Notre Dame, just that game, was 9.9 million. That's more than watched the Masters by double.
Well, yeah, the Masters wasn't nothing to watch this year.
All right, let's look at the next game. We see the SEC Championship. Hopefully there won't be no shoes thrown in this event. Alabama is a 17-point favorite over the home team, Florida, in the Georgia Dome.
Well, the only
Mercedes-Benz, excuse me.
Florida has absolutely no shot. I don't think they could pull it out. They could score points, but not enough. Their offense has been kind of raggedy the past couple weeks. They was going to put 60 up on them.
All right. Next up is Ohio State as they take on Northwestern in the Big Ten final, where Justin Fields and company at a 12 o'clock noon start are 21 favorites.
The only way Northwestern can keep this close is if they know how to throw the ball, which they do not.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. All right, next we see Wisconsin taking on the Badgers of Minnesota, and that's going to be the Pac-10.
No, that's just a Big Ten game.
Big Ten, okay.
It's not the championship
All
game or
right,
anything.
I'm
it's
sorry
just a
about
game
that.
they're playing, kind of like Georgia's playing this week or whatever.
And I said Minnesota Badgers. It's Wisconsin Badgers,
Yeah.
Minnesota Gophers.
Yeah, Wisconsin's going to beat them.
12-point favorite, okay. And that is at Wisconsin. All right. Next game, we see Iowa is they're going to take on Michigan and host them, where they're a 2-touchdown favorite at a 7 o'clock matchup.
Iowa beats them so bad that
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh gets fired.
Yeah, I probably won't watch none of that game because the ACC Championship will be going on still then. All right.
It'll
and it's
probably
going to be a
over by
nail
then,
biter.
but
Might be overtime.
I don't think so.
1:30 start as Utah is going to take on Washington State, and they're 11-point favorite in this
Jake
game.
Bentley finally won a game the other night.
I heard about that.
Yeah, good for him.
And then people asked me, do you think we should have kept him as quarterback in South Carolina?
Y'all ran him off.
That's what I thought. So, should have kept him.
No.
UCLA and Stanford, where they're going to host the Cardinals for their 7-point favorite.
Yeah, they'll probably beat them by that.
Did they beat USC?
No, but they came very, very close.
Okay, it was a nail biter too. All right, then we see the next game. We just talked about their coach. Cincinnati is hosting Tulsa, where they're a 2-touchdown favorite, and it's going to be an 8 o'clock start.
Cincinnati, they ought to go in there and dog them.
Yeah.
They ought to, but they haven't played in like 3 weeks now because of COVID. So we'll see
Wow.
what happens.
Yeah, that could take a toll on a team not practicing.
Especially
that
when
long.
you hide.
I meant to ask Marion's coach if they had practiced during that whole time, but he said only one player tested for positive. So that makes me think
So you know
they've been
did.
practicing
They
the whole
had to.
time. You got to. In fact, they was just fixing to practice when I talked to him. San Jose State is hosting Boise State. Ought to be a good matchup. Where they're a 6.5-point favorite, Boise State.
Boise State will probably win, but I don't know since they ain't playing on the blue turf.
Yeah, it's going to be at San Jose, so I don't know about that. Then we see Texas A&M is going to go up to the old Rocky Top and take on Tennessee, where they're a 2-touchdown favorite at a 12 o'clock makeup game.
Yep, and they will lose.
Yeah.
Tennessee's going to pull it out.
Ooh.
Put them in the playoffs.
Wow.
Watch.
All right. Then we see, I hope they got the shoes on. It's going to be a nail biter for a 3:30 start, where we're going to see the LSU Tigers take on Ole Miss, where it's a 1-point differential.
Ole Miss is going to swap some more recruits over from LSU.
Yeah, and they had a little bit of, LSU had a little thing come out where they've had some more corruption up there.
Well, they finally imposed their sanctions on the bowl ban.
Okay.
And I guess this is the season to do it because half of the ACC half of the ACC done opted out because these kids have been working their tail off, staying in quarantine.
Is that
not
why South
going
Carolina's
out?
going to get to go?
Probably.
We're going to talk about that next week, too. We're going to run down the bowls. Because I had said previously we wasn't going to have a show next week, but I forgot we got bowl games. We got to talk about that, and we're going to know everything by then. And then we're going to see Mizzou is they're going to take on Mississippi State Bulldogs, where they're a 2-point favorite out there at Mississippi State.
Yeah, Missouri will probably win.
I'm taking Mississippi State on that one, I think. They'll be at home. The cowbells will be ringing. It'll be too much for Missouri. They're going to lose 2 weeks in a row. And we'll see Wake Forest is hosting Florida State. Wake Forest, the Demon Deacons, are favored over the Seminoles, 7 points.
Well, they probably won't even play.
Oh. It'll be that bad again. Gracious. Oh, well, we'll see. All right, let's go and run down the pros before Hike Christmas comes on the air. All right. And by the way, I did watch your Steelers go up against Buffalo. I was really surprised by that. I thought the Steelers had the game.
Well, I thought we did too in the first half, and then we made plenty of mistakes. You know, you can't win the ball game without running the ball. And we have not been able to run the ball for several weeks now. I do not know what's up. James Conner isn't James Conner anymore. Our offensive line, we're down to literally 5 offensive linemen.
Wow.
We can't substitute at all. I mean, it is what it is.
Okay, the first game we see is Buffalo is a 6.5-point favorite at Denver.
Yeah, they're going to destroy Denver.
Okay. Next game, and I don't know a lot about the pros, and I'll take your word on that. Green Bay, I take Green Bay every day. where their 8:15 game. Ooh, that's going to be a snow bowl. I don't know though. Sunday, I think it's supposed to warm up. I don't know if it's warming up there. I know it's warming up down here, and they're going to host the Carolina Panthers. 8.5-point favorite.
Yeah, I'm sorry for anybody, my friends that's a Panthers fan.
Yeah,
hate it for you. You ain't beating Aaron Rodgers.
No. And then you see a 1 o'clock kickoff right after church as Indianapolis hosts Houston. 7-point favorite, Indianapolis.
Well, Deshaun Watson, he just needs to take the rest of the year off. There's no sense in him playing, risking injury to his career, especially when they don't even know who their coach is going to be.
All right. The next one is we see on the docket is Tennessee hosting Detroit, where it's a 11-point favorite at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it's December. It's Derrick Henry season.
Mm-hmm.
I would take Tennessee against anybody this late in the year.
All right, and then we see Tampa Bay is they're going to go to Atlanta, and Tampa Bay's favored by 6.
Yeah, well, the Tom Brady experiment hasn't gone exactly as they planned. And when they brought Antonio Brown into the situation, it made it worse. I think Atlanta beats them.
Gotcha. All right, next we see Miami is hosting the Patriots, where Miami at 1 o'clock is favored by 2.5.
I think this is the first time in 20 years that you can see that Miami is favored over New England.
Yeah.
And they will probably beat the dog crap out of them.
Okay. All right, the next one we see is Seattle, as they're going to go to Washington, where they're a 6-point favorite at 1 o'clock.
Washington's going to put up a good fight. That's all I can tell you. I don't know how the game's going to turn out. That's really a toss-up.
All right. And the next game we see is the Chicago Bears, as they're going to travel to Minnesota for another 1 o'clock kick, where Minnesota is favored by 3 points.
Yeah, Chicago, they don't have a quarterback. They don't know how to run an offense. They can't score points. Minnesota should win.
Okay. And then, excuse me, I went to the wrong screen there. Then we see Baltimore Ravens hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars, where another 1 o'clock start, they're a 14-point favorite.
The Jaguars get their second win of the season against the Ratbirds.
Wow. Okay, we see an upset here. And then we see the San Francisco 49ers, is they're going to travel to Dallas, where San Francisco is favored by 2.5 at 1 o'clock in Texas Stadium.
They ought to beat the dog crap out of Dallas. They really should. But I don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what happens down there in the oil-rich state. All right. Then we see a 4 o'clock start, where we see Los Angeles, and I don't know who that is, hosting the Jets, where they're a 17, the Rams favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. 17. That's pretty big, ain't it? And then we see a 4 o'clock start also later in the afternoon, as Arizona hosts Philadelphia, 6.5-point favorite.
Should be a good game.
Favorite.
Should be a good game since Philly benched Carson Wentz and put in Jalen Hurts. Should be a good game.
All right. We might see an upset there.
I wouldn't get that far.
Okay. And then we see the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the New Orleans Saints. No, they're going to New Orleans, I'm sorry, to the Superdome, where at 4 o'clock they're a 3.5-point favorite over New Orleans.
Yeah, they should win.
Okay.
They should. Taysom Hill still playing quarterback for the Saints.
Yeah.
So the Chiefs should win.
We'll see. Very close game also coming up at Cleveland and the Giants as they host them, and it's going to be another 4 o'clock start, but Cleveland's favorite, believe it or not.
Well, they got 9 wins this season. It's not the same old Brownies. They might pull it out.
Okay.
I don't know. Giants got a good defense.
And then we see your team, Pittsburgh, is going to be traveling to Cincinnati, where they're going to make up for that last loss, And
I sure hope so.
8:15 start. That must be the NBC game.
Nope. That's Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football. I'm sorry. Okay, it's wrong here. But they're going to be playing Cincinnati. Ought to be a good game. 13 points.
Yeah, we should cover.
Yeah.
But you see the way our offensive line and our stable of running backs is set up, I don't know. We might lose 3 in a row. Ben Roethlisberger might retire. We might trade our whole organization away to get that
pulling for your team.
number 1 pick. Pick up Trevor.
Well,
we'll see.
When we come back, we're going to talk about the Hyatt Christmas, and you're watching Tiger Talk Tuesday live from Migs. Call in or comment 864-980-7768. The law office of Nancy T. Jordan specializes in family court matters and representing individuals injured in automobile collisions. At the law office of Nancy T. Jordan, you get experienced, compassionate results. When you need legal representation, call 803-785-7879 or email Nancy at nancyjordanlaw.com. The Ridge Baptist Association is 24 member churches sharing the gospel of Christ. We partner together, serve alongside each other, learn from one another, and connect to God. We invite you to come visit us this Sunday in one of our member churches. Ridge Baptist Association, better together. The Wills Agency, your local nationwide insurance agent, is open to serve you with offices in Aiken, Batesburg, and Saluda. Call for your free quote today for auto, home, life, and business. Let me help you save today. James S. Wills Agency. Nationwide is on your side. The town of Saluda, working together for the betterment of our municipality. We encourage the Tigers tonight, both on the field and off the field, as they work in the classroom. And we are a proud supporter of Saluda now. Timeless Roofing, over 25 years experience, licensed and insured. Before and after, you can see quality and integrity. Never gets old. TimelessRoofingSC.com. Call for a free quote, 803-687-4184. And tell them Cuz sent you. We're glad you're watching Tiger Talk Tuesday. Call in 864-980-7768. We're going to give away a Saluda Now hat today, and we appreciate you watching Saluda Now. We had an interview earlier. You can go back and watch it on the replay. They called me Joe, Brenda Fitzpatrick, the author there. And we also had Coach Randall State from the Marion Swamp Foxes go by and watch that interview. And coming up in just a moment, we're going to have the Hyatt Christmas Light Show. We're glad to have the Hyatt family coming on with us, and we'll just show you a little bit about that in just a moment. But we want to remind you tonight. Tonight is the Saluda Soundwave Christmas concert. It's going to be at Bettis Hurlong Stadium at Matthews Field. The time is at 7 o'clock. And you can go out there, enjoy, get in the Christmas mood. You know, a lot of people have trouble getting in the Christmas mood. I told my wife the other day, as much as I'm a preacher and everything else, I was trying to get in the Christmas mood. And I heard some Christmas music and put me right in the mood. And so we'll know that you will enjoy this. We're glad to have several watching us. Sandra Crouch, Paul Gray, Diane McClendon, Lamar Berry, Sue Ann Carter Shealy, Mitchell Spearman. All you watching Saluda Now, call in to win. One of you might win the Saluda Now hat, 864-980-7768. 980-7768. When we come back, we're going to have the Height Christmas show. The Height family is going to be with us on your Salute Now. Come to a Midlands institution, Whizz's Eatery, 110 Church Street, Batesburg, Leesville, where they have mouth-watering burgers, steak and seafood, great salad bar, as well as pizza. Call in tonight, 803-532-1157, or stop by and dine in. Whizz's Eatery. Get back to the good. We know your credit score isn't the whole story, which is why we take a close look at your financial history to get you on the path to a stable future. After we serve you with loans up to $10,000 approved in 1 hour, tax services at the end of the year, we can help you with your financial needs. Call 864-445-3770 or visit our website, loansbyworld.com.
We're nearly 3 weeks away from Christmas, and if you're
Hey,
not in
Miss
the
Marcy.
holiday mood just yet,
Hello?
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
We're previewing. Well, I'm leading into your interview right now.
Okay, sounds great.
If you're trying to get into the Christmas spirit, look no further than the Height Christmas Light Show. For the past 9 years, the Height family has been putting on a mega light show for the Christmas holiday, engineered by Jerry Height.
I did my research. Took me about a year and a half to actually plan my first year, and then from then on, it's just keep adding.
They started with a mere 5,800 lights, but this year's show includes just over 97,000. As for the electric bill,
I got each controller set up to only 50%, so it's not even at full power, and then all the lights themselves, I got them dimmed even lower, so the actual power bill is only about $40.
While many enjoy the Christmas tunes, it's Sandstorm that brings in the party. The Heights don't discriminate. They shout out the Clemson Tigers to support their show because it's all for a good cause. The Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Make-A-Wish helps wishes come true for children with life-threatening diseases, and it's just been very great to be able to participate in that and help these wishes come true.
They ask that people give a donation.
Watching the show. And over the past 8 years, they've raised more than $17,000 for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And that's not just from the people in their neighborhood.
They got people coming from the coast, they got people coming from Augusta, all over the state coming just to watch it.
Their reach even expands overseas thanks to their Facebook page, but ultimately they just want people to enjoy the holiday season.
Just come here, enjoy the show, and just create a family member. That's all we want.
In Lexington, Lauren Thomas, News 19, WLTX.
The light show runs in the evenings from now until New Year's Day. And for more on how you can see the show and where you can go donate, check out this story on WLTX.com.
And we're glad to be joined by Marcy Height. Miss Marcy, thank you for joining us on Salute Now.
Oh, it's my pleasure. How are you guys doing?
Doing great, and we enjoyed watching you and your husband Jerry and your son there. I could just see the enthusiasm in his face when it said y'all have 99,000 lights.
We have over 100,000 now.
Wow. wow. And
yeah, the clip was from it said 9 years, but we're actually in year number 11 right now.
Year number 11, and I'm sure that it is something the folks in Lexington look forward to every year, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It brings a lot of joy to people's faces and a lot of traditions for families.
Yes, and you can enjoy it in the safety and comfort of your vehicle.
Absolutely.
What a more appropriate thing to have during this COVID times. But y'all also have a greater purpose for it, don't you, Ms. Marcy?
Absolutely. The Make-A-Wish Foundation is something that we have cherished for this long, and we are accepting online donations and helping wishes come true for those kids with life-threatening diseases.
Yes. In fact, last week we had Jacob New on with us, and he was one of those recipients of Make-A-Wish Foundation, and you can see the difference it makes in these young people's lives.
That is absolutely amazing.
Yes. And now, your show, where are y'all located at, Ms. Marcy?
We are located in Lexington, South Carolina, which is a suburb of Columbia.
And how can we get there from Saluda?
Oh, I don't know directions very well. I'm so bad about that. I'm sorry.
Now, what's your address out there?
Our address is 200 Dupree Mill Road, of course, Lexington.
Okay, so just put that in your GPS and follow the
Yes,
prompting.
absolutely, yes. And just be patient with traffic, because it's a little heavier this year than most years, especially because we think because of COVID, people just want joy in their lives, and they're coming to see lights to have something to bring them happiness.
And how long will it run?
It runs typically about 20 minutes if people stay and watch the whole thing.
And y'all will keep the lights going until how long? What
It
day?
runs from 6 every night. It runs every night. It runs from 6 to 10, Monday through Thursday, Sunday through Thursday. And then Fridays and Saturdays, it runs from 6 until 11.
And do y'all go through Christmas Day?
We do.
Okay.
We go to New Year's Day.
Well, New Year's Day, how about that?
Yes.
So go out and visit Mr. Jerry and Ms. Marcy. They're not going to be home, but they'll be inside in the comfort of their home enjoying their time with their family. But while they're enjoying their time inside, you can enjoy the lights of Hike Christmas Light Show.
That's amazing. Thank you.
And we'll put up the link also for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So when you go out there, please click on and donate.
That would be amazing.
Thank you, Ms. Marcy, for your time on Saluda Now.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you.
And we appreciate all of our sponsors today. Thank you so much, you viewers that viewed today, and the ones that called in and won a door prize. Congratulations. And listen, we will see you next week on Saluda Now. I had previously announced we weren't going to be back next week, but because of the bowl games, we want you to also tune in next week to Saluda Now. We're going to have a fun time here as we're projecting the bowl games, and we're looking forward to it. Also, don't forget to go out tonight. It's going to be Sounds of the Christmas at the Christmas concert, Bettis Herlong Stadium at Matthews Field. You'll have a good time there, being out there with the young folks there from the high school band, the Saluda Sound Waves, what they call themselves. And you'll understand why when they get gearing up and playing that good Christmas music tonight. It'll put you right in the mood and get you started on your Christmas season, as we've got just 10 days to go. How about that? 10 days to go for Christmas Day. Now for Carson Burgess, Kevin Crouch, Paul Leonard, and Jeffrey Jordan, I'm Bulldog Burt. We're Slow Down. Thank you for joining us today. Ridge Baptist Association of Churches, the Town of Saluda, the Wills Agency Nationwide Insurance, Timeless Roofing.
Everybody knows that real estate is a great investment, but what if you could simply sit back and receive...
We're so glad you're tuned in to Tiger Talk Tuesday. We encourage to send your comments and calls today throughout the program. Today we'll have special guests, and we will talk about the latest going on around Saluda area, as well as all the happenings in sports. You're watching Tiger Talk Tuesday, live from Migs, on your Saluda Now.